Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Third Prep English Online. Let's start directly with how to write paragraph. How to write a topic sentence for a paragraph. What are supporting sentence or a conclusion sentence example? Number one, let's say the topic sentence is the first sentence in the paragraph. It opens the paragraph. The topic sentence states the main idea of the paragraph that shows what is the whole paragraph is about. Then the supporting sentence are used to develop the topic sentence. In other words, they give more information about the topic sentence. Supporting sentence can give facts, statistics, details, or examples. Number three, the concluding sentence is the last sentence in the paragraph. It usually restates the topic sentence in different words or summarizes the main points of the paragraph. So, if we want to write a good paragraph, we need three sentences: the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, the concluding sentence. Okay, let's say common paragraph. We can talk about it, COVID-19. You need to organize your ideas, your thoughts about this theme. What is COVID-19? If you want to write a paragraph about COVID-19, you need to know what is COVID-19 is. COVID-19 is a new illness that can affect your lungs and airways. It's caused by a family of viruses known as coronavirus. Okay? And how does this virus spread? It's spread in a similar way to colds and the flu. This can be via droplets from coughs and sneezes, and by touching or shaking hands. Anyone affected can pass it onto any surface or person they breathe on or touch. So how does it spread? How does it spread? It's spread in a similar way to colds and flu. This can be via droplets from coughs and sneeze, and by touching or shaking hands. Anyone infected can pass it onto any surface or person they breathe on or touch. As any illness, it has symptoms. Number one, a dry cough, a high temperature, fever, shortness of breath. Okay, if you want to write a paragraph about this important topic, you need to know what is this virus and how does it spread and its symptoms. Okay? Let's see the preventative measures. Number one, wash hands regularly with soap. Number two, aim to wash them for 20 seconds, getting a good lather. Pay attention to the tips of your finger and the gaps in between. If the soap and water aren't available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. It's important to avoid unnecessary close contact with others. Particularly people who are sick. The last thing, use alternative greetings to shaking hands. Okay? This important point is to know when you want to write a paragraph about this important theme. Okay? Then we're going to turn to another point in our session today. It's a grammar point about the passive voice. Okay. Do you know What is the difference between active voice and passive voice? In active voice, the subject performs the action. The subject performs the action. For example, John hits a ball. John hits a ball. In passive voice, the action is performed on the subject. The action is performed on the subject. The subject receives the action. For example, the ball was hit over the fence. The ball was hit over the fence. Okay. In our grade, we are going to talk about present perfect passive. Present perfect passive. Firstly, when we use the passive, why it's important to use the passive sometimes? Sometimes we can't find the action is more important than the subject, or we don't know the subject who does this action. For example, she has cooked the food. She has cooked the food. This is active sentence. I know the subject, the doer who does this action has cooked. This is present perfect. The active voice for present perfect, have or has plus PP. The food, the receiver. If we want to change this active sentence to passive, notice the food has been cooked by her. The food has been cooked by her. This is passive. Another example, John has helped me a lot. John has helped me a lot. If I change it into passive, I have been helped a lot by John. I have been helped a lot by John. It's up to you to write by at the end of the sentence. It's optional to write by and the person who does this action. Example number 2, most people have tried alcohol. Alcohol has been tried by most people. Alcohol has been tried by most people. We will see in this question, have you called him yet? Have you called him yet? Has he been called yet? Has he been called yet? Okay, what happened to this sentence? The active sentence, we have subject, has or have, plus PP, and the object. This is the perfect tense passive. Subject, at the beginning of the sentence, have or have, has or have, been, plus PP. And you can write by at the end and write the object. He has just finished a novel. He has just finished a novel. A novel has just been finished. A novel has just been finished by him. It's up to you if you want to write it or not. Okay? Let's see. The auxiliary verb that is used in passive voice has been or have been. Active voices, he has completed the work. He has completed the work. In passive voice, notice the work has been completed by him. Number 2, he hasn't completed the work. In negative, the work hasn't been completed by him. The work hasn't been completed by him. Has he completed the work? This is interrogative. 4, has the work been completed by him? Has the work been completed by him? She has written 5 poems. 5 poems have been written by her. I have made some cakes. Some cakes have been made by me. Notice we change I to me. Okay? Let's see this exercise to practice the present perfect passive. Number 1, we have bought some flowers to my mother. Use pen. Okay, we will start with the object. Some flowers have been bought to my mother. Some flowers have been bought to my mother. Okay, number 2, I have tidied my room. I have tidied my room. If he asks you to write using been, this is mean he wanted to change this active sentence to passive sentence. My room has been tidied, has been tidied. Notice when we have another subject or another object, this is singular. My room has been tidied. Number 3, have you tidied your room? Have you tidied your room? Use been. Has your room been tidied? Has your room been tidied? Number 4, has Sarah bought a mobile? Has Sarah bought a mobile? Has a mobile been bought by Sarah? Has a mobile been bought by Sarah? Number 5, the teachers have helped the boy. Use been. The teacher have helped the boy. I will say the boy has been helped by the teacher. The boy has been helped by the teacher. Number 6, the government has built new cities in the desert. New cities have been built in the desert by the government. Number 7, our team has won the trophy. Our team has won the trophy. The trophy has been won by our team. Let's say another important point in our grammar, the conditions of if. If we talk about zero conditional F, we have condition and the result. For example, if you stand in the rain, you get wet. If you stand in the rain, you get wet. Number 2, if you heat ice, it melts. If you heat ice, it melts. The condition, present simple, and the result, present simple. If with present simple plus present simple, we use the zero condition for facts which are generally true or scientific facts. We use zero conditional F for facts which are generally true or with scientific facts. The condition always has the same result. The condition always has the same result. Okay. We will say the first conditional F. If it rains, we will cancel the trip. If it rains, we will cancel the trip. We have present, the condition, present simple, but the result will or won't plus the infinitive. Okay, if you study, you will pass the exam. We use this condition for possible situation in the future. Or predicting a likely result in the future if the condition happens. Number 2, the second conditional F. If I won the lottery, I would travel a lot. If they sold their houses, they would be rich. Notice we have past simple, the result would plus infinitive. We use the second conditional F for hypothetical or unlikely situation. This is unreal or improbable situation now or in the future. Okay? The third conditional F, if you had studied, you would have passed the exam. If I hadn't been sick, I would have gone to your party. We use the past perfect with would have plus past participle. We use the third conditional F for the person is imagining a different past. Imaginary situation that didn't happen. It's not true. If we talk about the third conditional, we use the past perfect tense after if. Then would plus in the past participle. Then would plus the past participle. For example, if she had studied, she would have passed the exam. If she had studied, she would have passed the exam. But really, we know she didn't study, and so she didn't pass her exam. The explanation for this situation means that she didn't study and she didn't pass her exam. Another example, if I hadn't eaten so much, I wouldn't have felt sick. This means I didn't eat a lot. I did eat a lot, and so I did feel sick. I feel sick. I eat a lot, so I feel sick. I hadn't eaten so much means I eat a lot, and I feel sick, so I felt sick. We will see. We write exercise about using after and before. Look at this example. First, he did his homework, then he watched TV. Here we have two actions. One of them happened first, so we use after. After he had done his homework, he watched TV. After he had done his homework, he watched TV. We use after, plus after we use the past perfect to express the first action. Then we use the second action in the past simple. After playing football, I went home. Use before. Notice, after we use the gerund verb plus ing. Okay? After playing football, we remove the subject. We use the gerund. After playing football, I went home. Which one or which action happened first? Playing football. The second action is went home. Okay, we will say what? I had played football before I went home. I had played football before I went home. Number 3, first she arrived home, then she had lunch. You can use as soon as after. The first action, arriving home, but as soon as she had arrived home, as soon as she had arrived home, she had lunch. She had lunch. We will turn to another practice. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Number 1, Aitin told me she stays early the next day on a trip. Aitin told me she. Do you remember the statement, reported speech? Okay. Told me she was leaving. We go one step by the tense in the reported speech. Number 2, Mona looks very happy. Mona looks very happy. She space done well in the exam. Deduction. She looks very happy. She looks very happy. She must have done well in the exam. She must have done, I'm sure. Okay, she looks very happy. So she must have done well in the exam. Number 3, the teacher asked us. The teacher asked us. Reported speech with comment or imperative sentence. We join the sentence with to or not to. But the teacher asked us not to talk. Not to talk. The answer is B. Number 4, the train to the meta space at 10 past 11. We talk about 4 forms to express future. One of them, when we are on a timetable, we use the present simple. The train to the meter leaves at 10 past 11. Leaves at 10 past 11. Okay, number 5, use space. Seen Omar at school yesterday. You sat next to him. If you are sitting next to him or you have sit next to him, we should say, you must have seen Omar. You must have seen Omar. You sat next to him. Number 6, I encourage my younger brother to work hard. To work hard. Number 7, I have cleaned the kitchen, but the bedrooms. We have talking about the perfect passive. I have cleaned the kitchen, but the bedrooms haven't been cleaned yet. Haven't been cleaned yet. Number 8, if we went to the beach, we space swimming. This is the second conditional F. We use past simple with could go swimming. Could go swimming. Okay? Number 9, Ahmed asked me. Ahmed asked me. This is the reported question. What space dined yesterday at 4 o'clock? What? We need to change the question to statement. What I was doing yesterday. Number 10, some beautiful flowers. Some beautiful flowers. Space planted outside the school. This is passive. Perfect passive. But some beautiful flowers have been planted outside the school. Number 11, if you visited the zoo on Friday, it space very busy. If you visited, this is the second conditional F. We use the post simple. The condition need might or would or could plus infinitive. If you visited the zoo on Friday, it would or might or is or might be very busy, but it might be. This is the second conditional F. Number 12, if Osama had got the job at the bank, his space traveled a lot. This which case of F? Second or third? Had got. This is past perfect. So this is the third conditional F. As we said, past perfect. We need would have plus PP. Would have traveled a lot. Number 13, if we see Ali, we would or would have or will or go do ask him to phone you. If we see, this is present simple, but we will ask him to phone you. Number 14, the river was very dry. The river was very dry because it for 2 months. Because it doesn't rain, because it rained, it hasn't rained, it hasn't rained for 2 months. The river was very dry because it hasn't rained for 2 months. Number 15, if Layla had more free time. If Layla had more free time, she space read more books in English. If Layla had more free time, this is past perfect. She would, the answer is would read more books in English. Okay. Let's see. Number 12, body, said or told or asked or advised me that he could help me. Body said me or told me or asked me or advised me. The body told me that. Omar asked me, where is my car? Where did you park? I park. Do you park? I park it. This is a reported question where I parked my car. Number 14, Nada asked me. Nada asked me whether, if, what, if I was ill. Jana space Nada when the match was. Jana said or told or asked or wanted to know. Jana asked Nada when the match was. Okay. Number 16. Fodi space if Nada would travel. Fodi wanted to know if Nada would travel. Number 17. He asked me not to open the door or to not or don't or no. In the imperative sentence, we need to join with to or not to. He asked me to open the door. Number 18, Mom advised me to or not to or don't or no. Waste time. Advised me not to waste time. Number 19, Abel told me that he was traveling. We decided before we need to change some words and reported speech. From these words, we need then. Adel told me that he was traveling then. You didn't do your homework. You must have, should or had done it. You should have done it. 21. Why did you come late? You come on time. You should have, you must have, you had, shouldn't have, you should have come on time. Mona have left the house. She's lying in bed. يبقى Mona can't have left the house as she is lying in bed. Number 23, Tamer spent his money. He is asking his mother for money now. But Tamer must have spent his money. Number 24, you space have practiced a lot before you gave your speech. It was good. You must, you can, you might, you should. But you must have practiced a lot. Number 25, Ali space have filled his test. He looks happy. This means he can't have filled his test. 26, Mona looks really sad. She should or must or can't pass her exam. She looks very sad. She can have passed her exam. Number 27, Adel didn't come to school yesterday. Didn't come to school yesterday. He must have been ill, but I am not sure we need to use might. He might have been ill. Okay, my dear student, here we stop. I hope I'm clear enough. Thank you. Okay.